Tennessee Tech head coach Dewayne Alexander. Golden Eagles keep one, and they went to North Alabama, pull off a 35-27 victory against a really good running offense there. They will conclude this season. They're going to host a really good North Carolina Central team this weekend. So, Coach, just some thoughts on your team and the winning streak, and we'll go to some questions.
Well, it's nice to have a winning streak associated with Tennessee Tech. A 3-game winning streak is better than a 3-game losing streak. So, that's for sure. UNA's a very, they really are a team very similar to us. We'd won a couple of close games here going into the game. We played those guys, but, they had been last second. They lost to Kennesaw State in overtime, just like we did. They lost on the last play of the game up at EKU, similar to kind of what happened with us against Sanford. And Jacksonville State, they lost an overtime game, and they've had a very good competitive football team. And anytime you go on the road, to play FCS games, and it's a place we haven't been. The last time Tennessee Tech and UNA played was 1959. So, it's not a place that, we're familiar with or have been to play before. So, you throw all that in, and they got a very good football team and players too. Shenderick Powell, their running back, right now he is second in all of FCS football in rushing. He has almost 1,500 yards. I think 19 touchdowns, a very impressive player. He's impressive on film. He'd had multiple 200-yard games, coming into our game. So a very good football player. Quarterback, very good player. They had some, good skilled players on offense. They've been scoring points. They've been giving up some points on defense, but, very proud of our team, to have the disappointing loss at Kennesaw State, in last second and then in overtime, and then to come back and win 3 in a row. I'm very proud of them. A very resilient bunch. I've been saying that every week, the main thing in this game, the big difference in this game is, we played very good in the red zone on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we scored 5 touchdowns. We had the ball in the red zone 5 times, and we scored 5 touchdowns. UNA had the ball 3 times in the red zone, scored 1 touchdown, and had to kick 2 field goals. And really, that was the difference in the game. We gave up some yards. We made some big stops when we needed to defensively. We had a key 4th down stop. We held them to a field goal, 3 different times. So they missed 1 and made 2. So at least we were able to get off the field and hold them to field goals. And offensively, we did a really nice job of finishing drives and scoring touchdowns. And we took care of the ball again, very efficient. Offensively, we've been more efficient the last 3 weeks as far as pre-snap penalties, have eliminated those, putting ourselves in better down and distance situations and taking care of the football. We've been moving the ball. We just have been covering some of the same yardage twice. We gain 20 yards and go back 10, then gain it again, and we aren't going anywhere, So been much more efficient on offense and playing solid in the kicking game. So a big win for us to go down there and to get a win. We have North Carolina Central this week, ranked top 25 now. They're 8-2. They were 25th in the AFCA coaches poll. This week they've been receiving votes pretty much all year, but they've cracked the poll at 25 and very deserving. They're 8-2 on the season. Excellent quarterback. They've already clinched the MEAC conference. They already have the conference championship trophy in their trophy case. They're playing in the Celebration Bowl on December 17th against Jackson State and Coach Prime and his group. So, they've already got a conference championship, under their belt. So they're coming in here. So we know what kind of football team we got coming in here. We made the trip over there last year. They're a very competitive game. So it's senior day for us. We're excited about that. It's our last home game of the year. A chance to finish with 4 wins in a row against FCS opponents. That would be big for our program and give opportunity, to go into the offseason with a 4-game winning streak and beat some really good teams here down the stretch. So, we're excited about this week and finishing the season off strong.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There were no turnovers in the UNA game, either team. Is that correct?
Neither team. That's right. Correct.
Is that kind of weird? Weird stat there?
Yeah, it is. You don't see that a lot. We've been last 2 games, we've had 1 turnover and our opponents had 1. We won 2 weeks ago. Our opponent had 2 turnovers and we had 1. So, but neither team had a turnover, and we've had a few weeks in a row here, not a lot of penalties in the game. We had only 3 penalties in the game. I think they had 4. Went up to EIU. They had 0 penalties, for the game. We only had a few. We've been less than 3 penalties, the last 3 games. And again, I think those things I alluded to earlier, those pre-snap things, mainly a lot of our penalties have been offensively, just on just pre-snap penalties. I call them mental penalties, snap count, jumping off sides, those type lining up in the neutral zone, not having enough guys on the line of scrimmage, and we've eliminated those, been much more efficient at that here the last few weeks. We've had offensive line continuity, I think, has really helped with that as well.
So the wins can come whenever in the season, right? But you've won you said you won 3 in a row here. How important is it to send those seniors and just feel good going into the off season if you had a 4-game win streak at the end?
Well, it does. I mean, to finish strong, feels good. We feel like we've had a competitive team all year. Just couldn't finish some games. You got to validate it on the scoreboard. Really, at the end of the day, that's what you got to do. So we've been able to do that here the last 3 weeks in a row, and hope to do that. And we've got a really good group of seniors. I've been blessed to be here with our program. This is my 5th season. Though we had a couple, had an interrupted season, didn't play in the fall, had a short spring season. But David Guest, when I arrived on campus, David had been, Seth Carlisle, guys like that have been in our program. Josh Relaford, been very fortunate to coach those guys. We have a lot of 4th and 5th year guys. So it's going to be an emotional senior day, a good senior day. These are guys that their teammates respect and care a lot about. So I know other guys on the team will want to see these guys go out right. And these guys not only left their mark on the field here at Tennessee Tech, but these guys have been tremendous ambassadors just for football and for Tennessee Tech. Seth Carlisle has won numerous OVC, awards for academics and for just character and representation. What these guys have done from a community service standpoint, what they've done for Tennessee Tech, how they've gotten involved in this community and what they've done. They've really become household names here in Cookeville, Tennessee, in the Upper Cumberland area. A bunch of our older guys that have been here, and that's a big part of what, that I want to see our program be a part of, besides on the field success. I want to see our guys, make big contributions to our community and hopefully wherever they end up, living, that they're going to do the same thing. If they end up back in their hometown or they end up, somewhere else working, that they're going to get involved. They're going to get involved in their community. They're going to do for others. They're going to pay it forward. Man, these guys have been tremendous role models and just an honor to coach them, a pleasure to coach them. So we want to send them out the right way. I know they're going to play hard and play with great energy on Saturday. And, we hope to be able to celebrate with them after the game.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time this morning, but all year too, and best of luck for your team on Saturday.
Thank you. Finish strong.